It's Rafi again with KSuspension, and welcome back. So, if you've been following along, we're doing our 8/8 swap on our Cherokee here, and we happen to break the nut on the inside of the leaf spring mount. So it's that dreaded piece that always breaks. We happen to get the bolt out, thankfully, but the nut has broken and fallen off inside the pocket. So now we're going to show you how to cut it open and weld her back up. So first thing we're going to do is actually come up in here with our die grinder and cut a V out inside of this frame pocket to open it up and drop out the old nut. Alright, so now that we got our holes cut out, what we're going to do is go ahead and bend this tab down so that we can access behind it. Now that we got the pocket open, we're going to take our old leaf spring bolt and run it through the main hole and then hook up the nut on the back end in order to then bring it up in the pocket, hold it nice and tight, and snug her down so that that nut stays there while you tack it back into place. Now that we got that bolt holding onto that nut, we're going to go ahead and run a couple tacks onto the nut to hold it in place, and then close up that hole and patch her back up. One small tip while you're welding that nut back in there, make sure you really coat those threads with some anti-seize. It'll help the weld from sticking to it. That way you can clean it out with a quick pick and drive that screw right back into it. Now that you got everything ready to go, take your hammer and let's close up that hole. Everything all welded back up and closed, we're going to grab our flat disc and just go ahead and grind this thing smooth just so it doesn't give you any abnormal wear and tear on your leaf spring bushings. Now, us X-Ray owners know one word very, very well, and that word is rust. So we need to prevent rust. So now that we've got this all flat, nice and smooth, we're going to take a can of paint and seal her up. Golden. So now I know this sounds like a very daunting task, these leaf spring bolts break all the time. It's really not too bad though. I don't want you to get discouraged. We just finished this in about 20 minutes. Just make sure you have all the proper tools on hand. Make sure you have a new nut, new bolt if you happen to have to cut yours off. Take your time, make sure you get everything right the first time, and you should be good. If you need any help whatsoever, please feel free to check out our Facebook page. I'll put the description down there below. Shoot us a message. I'd be more than happy to help you out. So, as always, from all of us here at KSuspension to you, happy trails.